We are back with our sponsor, Greg Niblock, attorney and founder of Niblock and Associates, and he's going to share more about debt gone bad and the first 5 stages of the collection lawsuit. Good to have you back.
It's great to be here with you. Yes.
You as well. And we've talked about, what kind of some of the things that happen that get you to the lawsuit. We're still going to talk about that, but you're going to kind of take us through the lawsuit itself today.
Yes, of course. At this point, the lawsuit has. The debt collector has referred the case to a collection lawyer, the devil's favorite son in the book. And, of course, they've tried to get you to pay, and you hadn't been able to pay, and it's referred to the collection lawyer. The collection lawyer generally is going to send a letter out and say, you need to pay up or we're going to sue you. And if you don't, well, then the collection lawyer is going to file suit. So in that lawsuit, it's going to have in there, the basis of the debt, how much is owed, demand was made, and there's been no payment. Therefore, a judgment should be rendered against you plus plus law. I can't even talk to that. Plus lawyer fees and court costs and interest too. After the judgment is entered.
So that can start adding up.
It can start adding up.
Think about all that. So stage 1 is that you get the referral and the collection agency is demanding payment.
Right.
And then stage 2 is that lawsuit is filed.
The lawsuit is filed, and then the next step is going to be getting the lawsuit served on you.
Okay.
So generally, the way it's served is by way of certified mail, where you go to the post office and you sign a little green card, and you've been served at that point.
Yeah.
Or it could be by personal service, and personal service would either be the sheriff taking the paperwork to you and giving it to you, or to a member of your household at your residence, or a private process server tracking you down and serving you. And that's probably one of the more popular ways is either be through mail or by personal service.
Yeah.
Another way is by warning order. If they can't find you, they can publish the notice in a newspaper and have you served that way.
There you go. But you should sign or something to say, yes, I received
Yes.
this.
You sign a little green card with the mail service, or somebody actually gives it to you, or somebody within your household at your domicile.
Okay, that is stage 3. Let's talk about stage 4. What are your options?
Options. Okay, this is really the important part. And the first option we have is you pay what they demand. Either if you have the money, you pay it if you're able to. And that if you have the money and you can pay it. Now, of course, here's another point. If you have other debts that are coming through the pipeline and that you can't pay, if you pay one, it's like sharks. There's blood in the water, and they're going to come after you. So you need to consider whether it's a good idea to go ahead and pay this off if there's others in the pipeline. It may be best to file bankruptcy with us, and you should talk to us.
And it covers all those debts.
Yeah, it will wipe all of that out, generally speaking.
Plus, Greg, I mean, if I had the money to pay it, I wouldn't be in this situation anyway, right?
Thank you very much for bringing that up.
So I probably don't have it.
Right, exactly, because all through this process, people have been saying, pay me.
Yeah.
And if you had it, generally you would pay it. And if you don't, just because it goes to the next step, does that mean you magically come up with the money?
No, you don't. Okay, so you go on to maybe negotiate?
Right. If you have the capacity to negotiate, you can negotiate maybe the bill down and pay it with money that you have, or by borrowing money from a family member or relative. Now, the bad thing about doing that is, you're trading one debt for another. Would you rather owe the debt collector? Would you rather owe your mom or dad or an aunt or uncle or a friend? Because if you couldn't pay it in the first place, are you going to be able to pay it back to them? So I don't know if that's a great idea. Another thing, I've seen this happen where somebody might mortgage their home and pay off their debts, and then not be able to pay that, and they lose their home. That is a sad state of affairs.
I know you say do nothing is not a good option either, right? So then go ahead.
If you did nothing, after you've been served, a judgment would be entered against you, and then they're going to do all other nasty things that we'll talk about at another time to execute on that judgment to get the money.
So then you're left with that last option, which is bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy. And bankruptcy can wipe all of this out. It can short-circuit the whole process, stop all the collection activities, and get you a fresh start, a clean start, so you can go forward with your life.
And then that last stage 5 is to file an answer to the lawsuit.
If you feel as though you do not owe this, the only way to fight it is to file an answer with the court and to go to court and fight it out. And of course, that would mean you have to go in front of the judge, and we'll talk about that at another stage.
Right. You're going to have to hire an attorney at that point, right?
Well, you can do it on your own if you feel like you're able to do that.
Yeah.
And that may or may not be a good idea. Abraham
Right.
Lincoln said that... what did he say?
He said a lot of great
He
things.
said a lot of great things like, don't represent yourself, basically,
Yeah.
because you'll have a fool for a client.
I was going to say,
Yes.
the man who represents himself has a full
Boy, it
client.
is early. My brain is not whizzing around like normal.
That's why we have the book. You'll send it out to people if they
Yes,
want
I'd
to
be
do
happy
it
to.
and read all of those great suggestions
Just
as
give us
well.
a call.
Give them a call, Niblock and Associates, and there's the book. They will certainly send that to you as well. Kind of a funny, cute little story
Yes,
about
it
what
is.
can be, a tough time, whether it's through sickness or divorce or what have you, that you
All
can't
kinds
pay.
of things can happen.
All right, there's the information on your screen to reach them, niblocklaw.com. Thank
All right,
you
thanks
so
so
much.
much.
We
I
appreciate
appreciate
you.
you.
You too. All right, back in just a